company, and look forward to seeing you next time on The Chase Australia.
Tonight, volunteers distraught over wallaby deaths.
More charges laid over a Mareeba fire.
The new police recruits hitting Cairns streets.
And a mobile clinic rolls into Cooktown.
Across Cairns and far north Queensland, this is 7 News with Brough and Joanne Desmond.
Good evening, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Well, first up tonight, more than a dozen wallabies, including Joey's, have died of stress after they were chased by a dog at a sports field in Trinity Beach. Volunteers who discovered the bodies say the deaths were avoidable, and a warning that this story may distress some viewers.
It was a heartbreaking scene at this Northern Beaches sports field. 15 wallabies were found dead. Another had to be euthanised. All were chased by a stray dog sometime before dawn yesterday.
We're exhausted emotionally, physically. Coming out at 4 a.m. is not a fun time, and trying to pull dead bodies off a field. So it's been quite an emotional rollercoaster.
Several Joeys had to be rescued from their dead mother's pouches. The dog in question has since been taken to council.
More than 350 wallabies have been killed this year. A majority of those were by car strikes, while many have been taken by dogs.
We're exactly on track like we have been the past 2 years. So every single year we hit around 500 to 550 dead wallabies.
The Agile Wallaby Project founder has called on council to maintain the fences and gates that surround the grounds. But Cairns Regional Council says more funding is needed from the state government.
The duty of care under the Nature Conservation Act is on the state government for these animals, for all wildlife.
And dog owners needed to take more responsibility of their pets.
We don't have a dog problem, we have a human problem.
But volunteers like Shay say the problem must be shared.
We need to all work together, and that's just not a volunteer group doing the majority of the work.
Frank Russo, 7 News.
It'll be a nervous 24 hours for parts of North Queensland as the Premier decides to extend or end the COVID lockdown. Townsville was placed into lockdown at 6 p.m. on Tuesday after an unvaccinated 19-year-old with the Delta COVID strain visited Magnetic Island. Queensland only recorded 2 new COVID cases in the community today in the state's southeast. But the Premier says it's too early to make a call.
We've still got another 24 hours to go to see what happens over the next 24 hours, and we'll update you tomorrow in relation to whether or not we can lift that lockdown.
Just over 1,100 doses of the COVID vaccine were administered across Cairns yesterday.
Police have charged 2 more youths after a fire that destroyed a Mareeba business. The girls aged 12 and 14 were arrested yesterday, accused of starting the blaze in a pile of tyres early on Tuesday morning. The fire caused around $2 million worth of damage. The 4 accused girls will face the Mareeba Children's Court later this month.
A new permanent national firearms amnesty has been announced, allowing people to surrender illicit weapons without penalty. But police are warning illegal gun owners that all bets are off if they discover the weapons first.
An estimated 250,000 illegal guns remain in the wrong hands in Australia. The federal government is acting to round up the weapons to get them registered or crushed.
Don't risk it, don't delay it, and hand it in now. Do the right thing, the community will thank you for it.
From today, owners can register or hand in their gun without punishment. But those who don't heed the warning can expect hefty penalties when caught.
So being caught with an unregistered or illegal firearm outside amnesty conditions could face a fine of up to $66,725 or 13 years in jail.
Crime Stoppers has teamed up with the federal government to set up this permanent amnesty to improve community safety. It will include a 3-month tour of regional Queensland where unlawful gun ownership rates are high.
We have some of the toughest gun laws in the world here in Australia, but we don't want to rest on our laurels.
Police warn that the weapons could easily fall into the hands of criminals.
Not having them registered means we don't know where they are.
Specific locations on where firearms can be handed in or registered can be found on the Crime Stoppers website. Harrison Lance, 7 News.
The Tablelands Regional Council has handed down its budget with a number of fees being raised. Sewage rates will be increased by 4%, while waste fees will also rise by 1.5%. Just over 7,700 properties across the region will also see their council rates rise by up to 3%. $14.5 million has been set aside for roads, bridges, drains and footpaths.
Well, the latest batch of new police recruits have come from diverse backgrounds. From mechanics to a geologist, they've finished their training and are now ready to take on a career like no other in police stations across Cairns.
Luke Ferrugia spent 13 years fixing cars, but now he'll be helping track down stolen ones as a first-year constable with the Queensland Police Service.
I put Cairns as my first preference because I wanted to make a difference in my hometown.
He's among 15 new faces hitting far north streets.
The recruits will be spread between Cairns, Smithfield and Edmonton stations. Those recruits will have the opportunity to work between Cardwell up to the Torres Strait.
Alex Abraham Gray moved to Cairns from Brisbane just 5 days ago.
It's warm, it's humid up here. Yeah, a bit different to Brizzy, definitely different to the UK.
But policing is in her blood.
My granddad was a superintendent over in Wales, and my uncle was a detective, travelling around a little bit.
They'll spend the next year working with senior officers, but some already have some ambitious goals.
I'm interested in what the TAC Crime Squad do. That sort of tickles my fancy.
I spoke to one earlier, he's a geologist. I'm not sure what skill we'll use him for, but you never know, he may come in use down the track.
Matthew Carstunen, 7 News.
The federal opposition has taken a swipe at Warren Inch over upgrades to the Captain Cook Highway. Labor says the federal government is underspending on infrastructure, warning works on the Far North Highway are still another 7 years away from being completed.
Warren Inch stood on the side of the road before the last federal election and he made a promise. He promised that he was going to bust the congestion. 2 years on, we have not seen any construction.
This road is not going to be even completed until 2028 because the Commonwealth, the Morrison government, has not been being honest with people about its infrastructure funding.
The Leichhardt MP has called the comments stupid, saying Labor has no comprehension of how infrastructure is built or delivered.
A mobile medical clinic is rolling into North Queensland, bringing life-saving specialist services. The Heart 4 truck is on its inaugural trip, taking city-based cardiologists to remote towns, from Cooktown to Mackay.
From the outside, it looks like any ordinary truck. But this rig doesn't miss a beat.
It's a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment that needs to be at the right time in the right place. And that's my job to get it there.
The Heart 4 joins Heart of Australia's fleet of mobile clinics, following a $12 million boost from the federal government.
It certainly saves many lives and it is very important.
The 34-wheel custom-built road train is loaded with specialists in cardiology, sonography and sleep diagnostics.
Which is where we will do ECGs, blood pressure monitors, blood pressures, Holter monitors, sleep studies, CPAPs, a whole range of the supporting services and supporting diagnostics that we do.
The B-double made its first stop in Cooktown today. It will travel to Ayr, Serena, Biloela, Theodore, Childers and Proserpine during July.
A lot of these people would never come to the big cities, so we would miss a lot of coronary disease and cardiac conditions if we didn't have the truck in those areas.
Since launching its first truck in 2014, Heart of Australia has travelled more than 500,000 kilometres, saving hundreds of lives.
I've personally seen on my rotations that many patients would have not been saved if it wasn't for the truck.
Frank Russo, 7 News.
Yeah, such a wonderful facility. Well, still to come tonight, what's on across the Far North this weekend?
And our energy workers setting a record for blood donations.
I've done something so stupid. I slept with Sienna. You have to tell Bella. I wish I didn't have to tell her the one thing that would tear us apart. Bella, something happened.
Home and Away, tonight at 7 on 7.
Now at Harvey Norman, stay on top of your game with the Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop, 15.6-inch Full HD screen and powerful 10th Gen Intel Core i5 processor and NVIDIA 3060 graphics. Now just $1,298, save $500. Handle all your tasks on the go with this power-packed, sleek and compact HP Pavilion laptop with Intel Core i7 processor. Now $1,198. These deals and more on now at Harvey Norman, your technology specialist.
Australia, meet your new McCafe blend. Roasted and blended in Melbourne. Smoother, richer, and crafted for Aussies who love great coffee. The new McCafe blend. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
You have to see the new Harvey Norman Cairns Premium Store. Bedding, furniture, technology and electrical. The world's best brands under one roof. In the biggest showrooms in Cairns. All the latest in bedding in Manchester. Indoor and outdoor furniture, computers, phones and accessories, small appliances, TVs, fridges, and so much more. Come and experience it for yourself at the new Harvey Norman Cairns Premium Store. Now open.
At Terry White Chemmart, get real deals on your favourite brands like Oral-B Sensitivity and Gum Toothpaste, Cetaphil Daily Advanced Ultra Hydrating Lotion, and Sukin Foaming Facial Cleanser. Shop in store or online. Real value every day at Terry White Chemmart.
You have to see the new Harvey Norman Cairns Premium Store. Bedding, furniture, technology and electrical. The world's best brands under one roof. In the biggest showrooms in Cairns. All the latest in bedding in Manchester. Indoor and outdoor furniture, computers, phones and accessories, small appliances, TVs, fridges, and so much more. Come and experience it for yourself at the new Harvey Norman Cairns Premium Store. Now open.
I'm your new intern.
I'm glad you also see the humour in this.
Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway in The Intern, tonight on 7.
Nice having it with us on 7 News. A woman has suffered cuts to her head during a series of alleged domestic violence incidents. Police say a 28-year-old Manura man attacked the 24-year-old woman multiple times between Sunday and Wednesday. Detectives arrested the man yesterday afternoon.
He has been charged with 10 separate offences, all of which relate to violence, damage to property, and are all domestic violence-related offences.
The woman was treated for her injuries at Cairns Hospital, where she is recovering.
Ergon workers have gone above and beyond to make sure their blood is worth bottling. In just a year, they've saved more than 2,000 lives across the state. Now they're calling for others to do the right thing and donate blood.
They're usually rolling up their sleeves to help locals during storm season, but Energy Queensland crews are showing they can power more than just the grid. They've taken out first place in a government agency blood competition with almost 1,400 donations last year.
We get leave to do some volunteering, and I've been using my volunteer leave up here at Lifeblood.
Ian Dunbier began donating blood and plasma 19 years ago and has become a regular at the Rockhampton Centre.
Nearly every 2 weeks, and I didn't even miss an appointment last year apparently.
And he's got the stocks to do it.
250 is a huge number of donations, and Ian's 256 today.
I very rarely get a cold or flu or anything that stops me donating.
His contributions have helped the Energy team save more than 2,000 lives already this year, but more help is always welcome. New donors are needed every 5 minutes in Australia to keep up with demand.
Some parts of blood only last 5 days and it has to be used, so that's why we just continually need people coming in.
Taylor Larson, 7 News.
Yeah, wonderful job. Well done. Let's have a look now what's happening around the region over the weekend. Here's Matthew Carstunen.
If you're looking to keep the kids entertained these school holidays but don't want to break the bank, we've got you covered.
You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah.
Catch Toy Story 4 with the family on Saturday night. It's on at the Cairns Botanic Gardens. Tickets are $20 for adults, $10 for children. Gates open at 6:30. And don't forget a rug. For the adults, we've got a play for you that's all about love, sex, money and power. Extinction by Aussie playwright Hanny Rayson opens tomorrow night at the Rondo and runs until July 10. Tickets are $31. And on Saturday, Isabella State School will host the region's first festival, acknowledging the start of the New Zealand Maori New Year. That kicks off at 9 a.m. and tickets are $5. If there's anything you'd like to include in this segment next week, you can send us an email at newscns@7.com.au or post on our What's On Facebook page.
You're wonderful, Matt. Thank you very much. Let's get into the sport now, Luke. Well, the coaches at home, but the Cowboys are back training, mate, eh?
Yeah, that's true, Rob. Most of the squad and staff have tested negative to COVID-19 and can now resume training ahead of Saturday's clash with Newcastle. We'll have more on the Cowboys next. And the Australian swimming coming together in Cairns, ready for their final Olympic training camp.
Putting the crunch in your brunch.
Oh, listen to the crunch of those leaves.
Making your sweets absolute treats. And putting the zen in your garden.
The prettiest gardens we've ever done.
Putting the better in your homes and gardens. New Better Homes, Friday on 7.
The Good Guys Big Deal Days are on now. Get $107 off this chic fridge. This Dyson vacuum only $449. 10% off Apple Mac computers. Plus this Vivo phone only $1099. Big Deal Days only at The Good Guys.
Autobahn's got all your top gear at low prices. Upgrade your stereo to a top JVC digital media receiver, now 30% off. Protect yourself with a HD dash cam, $199. Autobahn.
Top gear, low prices.
When athletes prepare to take on the world's best, they face a grueling routine full of challenges. Strong support is the key to success, and Harvey Norman are great supporters of Australian sport. Smart appliances sure do make life easy, and that helps me make the most of my downtime. As I prepare to take on the world's best, I'm really excited to be partnering with Harvey Norman. My name is Ariane Titmus, and I'm proud to be a Harvey Norman brand ambassador.
Hello. Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
You can only get it in one place. You know, that feeling. The feeling when someone's done something right and it makes your day better. Get that Fast Fit feeling. Fast Fit Batteries, 190 Scott Street, Cairns.
Is that really necessary?
Yes. A loud noise is needed to wake from the deep and luxurious slumber of an OMF mattress.
Why?
At OMF, you save because we cut out the middleman and the middle women. Middle people have equal opportunity. No opportunity. At OMF, we make mattresses that everyone can get excited about. OMF! Catch Z's with no BS.
Sunday. Could you imagine yourself living here or here? How about with him?
Love for me it's everything.
Or him.
I do believe someone out there who wants the same things as me in life. I just got to find her.
These girls all have the same dream, to fall in love in one of the most magical places on earth. New Farmer Wants a Wife starts Sunday at 7 on 7.
Welcome back to 7 News. Well, most of the North Queensland Cowboys have resumed training after spending the past 48 hours out of action due to COVID protocols. But there has been another casualty. Forward Tom Gilbert has been ruled out of Saturday's clash against the Knights as he continues to isolate following a trip to Magnetic Island.
It's been a week the Cowboys won't forget anytime soon. Training cancelled, coach Todd Payton forced into 2 weeks isolation.
We've had a pretty disruptive start to the week, obviously with the whole lockdown and protocols that's happened.
But today, finally some good news. The club given the all clear to return to training after the club's squad and staff tested negative to COVID-19. The team now ready to fly in and out of Newcastle for their clash against the Knights on Saturday night.
We unexpectedly shut down the training facility yesterday, and to be back training today is a good sign, so the boys are raring to go.
But forward Tom Gilbert will join his coach on the sidelines, ruled out of Saturday's clash, still required to isolate by Queensland Health. It opens the door for Cairns young gun Helam Lukey, elevated to the bench.
He's a strong kid, he's real athletic and, he's hard to handle, so I think we'll need, H to be on his game this weekend if we're any chance.
The Cowboys hoping to bounce back and push for a top 8 spot, coming off a narrow defeat to the Sharks last round.
Toddy's remained loyal with the squad, so we're looking for a reaction. I think the biggest thing is we've been shooting ourselves in the foot.
Daniel Livingston, 7 News.
Well, the Australian swimming team is taking in the sights and sounds of the far north ahead of their Olympic training camp. Aussie legend Liesl Jones says the time they spend in Cairns will be the most crucial stage of their preparations as the Dolphins gun for gold in Tokyo.
They look like tourists just enjoying the reef, but in a few weeks they'll be back in the water, taking on the best in the world.
It's a great time for them. It's really exciting and it's really fun, but it's probably the most crucial part of their preparation is right now.
Australian Olympic legend Liesl Jones knows how important the Dolphins swimming camp in Cairns will be to their medal chances in Tokyo.
It's really crucial that they have a good experience in those 2 weeks, and that's why it's really important you pick a place like Far North Queensland.
Many have been blown away by the times the Aussies managed at the recent Olympic trials.
For some people like Emily Seebohm and Kate Campbell going to their 4th Olympics, putting on another 12 months is really hard, and I just have no idea how they do it. It's just so impressive. I couldn't do it.
The team has conducted clinics this week while training at Tobruk Pool and Warrior Aquatic Centre. The Dolphins Olympic camp will begin on Saturday, using Cairns to acclimatise before boarding the plane to Tokyo.
There's no point acclimatising here in Melbourne when it's freezing, so Far North Queensland provides some of the best facilities.
They'll come together in a bit of a bubble-like situation and just focus on training, recover well between training sessions and just get to work.
Daniel Livingston, 7 News.
The 4th Targa Great Barrier Reef Race will be back to full capacity in the far north this year. The rally race went ahead in 2020 with a reduced field due to COVID. But this time, a new stage at the Cairns Showgrounds will allow spectators to get up close and personal like never before.
Really just a demonstration stage for everyone in Cairns to come and have a look and see the cars in action. We've had Targa Fest and other things, but we've never really raced the cars, so to speak, right in the city.
A street stage in Innisfail will also be introduced for the first time, with organisers hoping numbers can bounce back to pre-COVID levels. The 3 days of action get underway on September 3rd. Certainly a good event, that is the Night in Sport.
Yeah, the pictures are great too, yeah. Thank you, Luke.
All right, we'll stay with us after the break. Livio joins us with all the weather, and Scott Hillier has our fishing as well.
Is this the end of Richmond's premiership run?
Lot of trouble here.
Can the Suns take down the Tigers? Thursday night footy on 7 Mate.
However you want to live, turn to Toomey Schreiber Property Group. We understand it's not about real estate, it's about people. That's what makes us different. Toomey Schreiber Property Group, your elite agents.
The Nick Scarney half-yearly clearance has been extended. Hurry to save on quality furniture for your entire home. The Nick Scarney half-yearly clearance, extended and must end Sunday.
At McLeod's Roof Painting, we offer a 10-year written warranty on all workmanship, backed up by a 10-year product manufacturer's warranty. That's our commitment to you of quality from McLeod's.
McLeod's Painting, your roof specialist.
Not all online universities are the same, so we ask students from other universities to try Swinburne Online.
Adam, what are the challenges to learning online at your university?
I guess all we ever really do is just watch videos of our lecturers.
What if you could do this instead?
Ooh, okay. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely more engaging.
With interactive course materials, experience a better way to study online at Swinburne Online.
There's a new world of enemies.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
This July,
I want to break something.
the hero of the year arrives.
Such a poser.
You should have brought the Avengers.
In cinemas July 8 and on Disney Plus Premier Access July 9.
I couldn't be more proud of you.
You smell really bad.
Golden, never a boring bite.
He's one of Australia's most infamous serial killers.
Dubbed the Nightcaller.
Even more twisted, his final confession. 2 more murders for which others had been convicted.
Such a crime spree is unprecedented.
Crime Investigation Australia, most infamous, Sunday on 7.
This weather report brought to you by Toomey Schreiber Property Group.
G'day, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. As heavy showers finally ease in the far north, a rain band is closing in on southern and central Queensland, promising up to 50 mils of rain in the next 2 days. Bulletin Creek near Tully had a further 159 millimetres overnight, in addition to the 250 odd we had the day before. South Johnson had 122 and Topaz 114 mils. Last night was incredibly warm with bottom temps mostly in the 20s, and Cairns managed to reach 28 today. Let's have a look at the satellite loop. Now, it's all I can show you because we've had some problems with the charts, but you can see the rain band already tracking in from the west. It's intensifying as it moves in that direction. 2 influences at the moment. We've got the shower activity in far north Queensland, which has been terribly heavy in the last 2 days, with over 400 millimetres in 2 days for Bulletin Creek, compared to, say, 200 mils average for the month of June. Further south, of course, it's only been raining lightly, but this rain band over the next 2 days is going to start increasing. And like I said, we could get up to 50 mils of rain or so. The biggest falls, it'll probably be quite widespread, including the Darling Downs, the southeast coast, the Wide Bay, even the Capricornia is going to get rain, the central highlands, but less so once you get into the tropics in the northwest. Now, the latest from the Weather Bureau, the boating forecast for Cairns waters, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots tomorrow, shifting south to southeast on an easterly 2 metres swell. Saturday's winds and Sunday dropping to just 10 to 15 knots. Tomorrow we finally hit the half moon neap tide. It's exactly midway between full and new moon, and it's when we see the narrowest tidal swing for the month. The North Tropical Coast and Tablelands, a 50-50 chance of showers tomorrow, which is better than the 100% we've just had. 27 for Cairns, 24 for Atherton, Innisfail and Mareeba 26. Looking ahead for Cairns, showers will follow a general easing trend in the days ahead, with nights continuing warm and days mild. By next week there should be very little rain left, just a bit of cloud. For Atherton, just a bit of drizzle for the next couple of days, and by next week it doesn't look like we'll have much at all. Temperatures around 22. What is an upper level trough, I've been asked. Think of them as gigantic bulldozers high up in the sky, scooping up water vapour as they cross the state. The pressure wave ahead of the bulldozer lifts the vapour and turns it into rain cloud. The dry air trailing behind clears the rain and lets the sun back in. Sometimes a strong upper trough becomes so coiled up it cuts off into a closed circulation called an upper low. These systems are often associated with winter rainfall events like the one forthcoming. That's all I've got for you this evening. Have a nice one, folks. And now it's over to Scott Hillier with the Fishing Report.
Yeah, good on you, Livio. Well, fingers crossed we can all get outdoors over the weekend. And for those on school holidays, the land-based anglers have been getting stuck into a couple of bread and butter species. Here's a couple of tips. Now, most of the rock walls, riverbanks, jetties and open beaches are producing a few nice fish. The bream and whiting have been the most common. Now, for the bream, strip baits, prawns along with worms are seeing good results. And for the whiting, live worms, yabbies, small strips of squid working well. Now, the popular rig for both species is a running ball sinker with about 1/2 metre of trace. Still a couple of good flathead also on the flats in those rivers and creeks, and there's a couple of good mud crabs getting around, so make sure you throw the crab pots in. Now check this out, young angler Oliver Boyd was over the moon when he nailed his first ever whiting on holidays with the family using a strip of squid. Great work, Oliver. Now, a little tip, make sure you join me Saturday 5:30 for Creek to Coast, where I promote an online fishing competition where they give away a brand new boat every month. One not to be missed. Good luck if you went along. I hope you bend a couple of rods. I'll be back here next Thursday night. 7 News. Have a great weekend.
Great, thanks for that, Scotty. And that's all from us for this Thursday. Thanks for your company.
And of course, you can watch our news anytime on 7plus or catch our page 7news.com.au. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.